Hey, happy Monday, and thank you for joining us. We've got Veterans Day tomorrow, and our offices will be closed. It's a state holiday and a county holiday, and so this is one of the few times that this happens. But when you have a holiday in the middle of the week, it really makes it tough on trying to try a case. So what probably will happen is we will draw a jury this morning, do some pretrial motions this afternoon, and start with the main case on Wednesday. And because of that, a lot of these cases this week will be real short cases, 2 and 3 witnesses. It might be domestic violence type cases, drug cases. We had actually set to start off with a shorter case, but William Barry Hodge, 48 of Myrtle Beach. This was a 2002 case, sometime around Halloween. Myrtle Beach police were called to a disturbance. It was a domestic violence situation. They get over there off Longleaf Circle in Myrtle Beach, and Hodge had assaulted his wife. They come up, Hodge wouldn't come outside. He actually barricaded himself inside of the house, and then he started setting stuff on fire. So it went from bad to worse. He was armed and he shot at the police. No one got hurt, but he did shoot several times at the police. So he got the assault charges that came along with that. He got the arson charges that came along with setting the house on fire. And he got a total of 23 years. Of course, it was set to start on today, but he pled last week, and on that 23 years, it all counts as strikes toward if he ever does get out. He's 48, 68. He'll be 70 some if he does make it out of prison, but he got 23 years on that charge. That was a George DeBus case that he had done a lot of work on in preparing it, and special thanks to Myrtle Beach Police. They have all of these guys have an incredibly tough job. You think about going somewhere and dealing with people at the worst point of their lives, and now they've barricaded themselves and set the place on fire. One thing about it, if you set your house on fire, you're coming out of that, and he did, and then he was arrested fairly peacefully and got 23 years for his actions. In another case that was on trial for this week, Jason Edward Garrett, he's 36. You saw his photograph up there. He had drug charges in the past, but he was set to stand trial for trafficking in fentanyl, and ended up pleading guilty and got 12 years. He had put it off until he made it to the trial roster, and of course Judge Carricker, hearing the facts of the case, it was 6.7 grams, which isn't a huge amount, but fentanyl is such a powerful drug. It's about 40 times the strength of heroin, that that small amount mixed with other stuff could kill a lot of people. And generally speaking, when we have overdose death, it is because fentanyl, they call it a hot dose, but it's because fentanyl has been mixed in to double the strength of heroin. And of course, they will split that again. And it's all about, from a person that's selling drugs, they're trying to split it and be able to make more money. You can sell 2 piles and make more money than you could selling 1 pile. So when they mix in the strengthener, the fentanyl, then if you take that, and it's certainly not done in the lab, but you happen to get 2 little grains of fentanyl as opposed to 1, and it doesn't mean it wasn't shook up. It's just random. You get 2, you may very well be in crisis and hope of somebody getting to you in time. But a lot going on. A lot will go on this week, and we'll come back next Monday and give you the wrap up of how court went this week.